Well, Devin, I know that things are busy at Blake Full and Wider Ford. What is going on right now?
Man, we've got some pretty interesting. Gotta make sure that's on. We've got some pretty interesting things going on right now. So obviously, everybody's been hearing about the tariffs and things like that nature and
Right.
their potential impact on pricing. Thankfully, as a Ford dealership, we're one of the big three where we have most of our stuff is built in America, in comparison to some of the other ones. But to kind of offset some of these things, to really beat the tariffs, Ford has launched a From America for America campaign. And what that means is that we're going to have employee pricing on almost all of our product, Ford employee pricing. And so what that really looks like, that it's actually easier for me to tell you what vehicles aren't under that program, which is going to be the 25 Expeditions, the 25 Super Duty, the Mustang, and Raptors, basically. And so everything else has an option for employee pricing. What that looks like, for example, is we've got a couple of F-250 Super Duty Lariat diesel four-wheel drives that are at least $10,000 off under the employee pricing program. So come on down, check it out. We've got a boatload of these products. We've got plenty of 24 model Super Duties left. We've got plenty of F-150s, a broad spectrum of just about everything else. And if we don't have it, we can find it. So come on down to Blake Full and Wider Ford on 1700 North US 385, and we'll help you beat the tariffs before anything happens.
Wow, now that's a chunk.
Yeah,
Ten
it's
thousand.
10 grand off of, the Super Duties have gone with almost no manufacturer
Mm-hmm.
incentives for, I can't even remember the last time I saw anything more than a couple $100. And so to be able to chunk 10 grand off of one of those things is pretty impressive. So, take advantage of it. Those 24 model Super Duties aren't going to last very long. And then of course, you'll have everything else that has options out there. I think they're gonna purge some inventory, get
Mm-hmm.
some stuff out on the front lines, and get some people rolling in some new Fords before those tariffs impact the pricing.
Well, and you've got a huge selection
Yeah,
too.
I've got 150 total new vehicles between what we have in transit and what's physically on the ground right now. I also have about 20 used cars at my store, but we can also pull from our other four stores that we have. So I have access to about 100 used cars right now. So we've got a great selection. If you don't see it on our front line, by all means, come in, check in with us. We'd be more than happy to find whatever it is that you're looking for. There's a good
Mm-hmm.
chance we've got it hiding somewhere.
And just got anything they might need. They just need to come and ask.
Yep, all they got to do is ask. We're pretty good at locating stuff. We're pretty good at locating
And
stuff.
touch on just a moment about that. You have a thing posted there in your wait area where you wait if you take your car in or your vehicle in for service, and it's posted and it's the Blake Full and Wider philosophy.
Yeah, the Blake Full and Wider Way. We call it the Full and Wider Way, or TFW.
Okay,
And so,
but talk about that.
yeah, that is basically our core things that we want to be to. So a lot of companies have like a little cultural piece that they'll put into it, but we
Right.
really decided a while back, and I say we, Blake really, but us as a collective decided that if we weren't going to be able to do business this way, we weren't going to do business. And it comes down to basically three main tenets and a couple of minor pieces to it. So our main mission is to create solutions to make life better for others, whether that's trying to fix a car quickly, replace a car, whatever the case may be, trading somebody out of it, whatever we can do to try to take care of somebody. The overall core tenets is to begin in gratitude. So even when something that's not good happens to you, you can still be grateful for it because it's a learning experience and it allows you to do stuff. So I tell my guys all the time when they have that issue where, hey, a vehicle broke down right after they sold it or whatever the case, I said, I'm actually really grateful that that happened. I know it's not really fun, but it allows us to show what kind of person we are and how we'll take care of our customers. So even though it's not necessarily the greatest thing to have happened, it gives us an opportunity to do those things. And then the three main tenets of it are be expert, which is basically being a master in your craft, which we're always striving towards. I never think that you ever get there on that, right? Like I feel like we're always constantly striving for those next steps. But being an expert in our field, being able to handle customers in a proper way and things like that nature, and being able to check the boxes as we're going through our stuff, whether that's service or sales or parts or whatever the case may be, being able to find those things in an expert fashion and do them the right way. Um, the next one's be nice, which is just it sounds self-explanatory. You'd think it would be self-explanatory, but it's really not all the time. One of the things we put up there is the 20-foot rule. My expectation is for my people, when they walk within 20 feet of somebody, to say good morning, good afternoon. If they can, shake their hand.
I was going to ask you about the 20-foot thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so most of the time when you're sitting in our service department or around our stores, you're going to have multiple people ask you, or say good morning, good afternoon, ask if you need water, things like that nature. And, just treating everybody, like they're a member of the family, that they're in your living room kind of thing. And that's not just for customers. It's also for fellow employees. The last but finally not least is the do right component. And so that's where we'll do right regardless of what other folks are telling us. Because sometimes we'll have manufacturers or banks or whatever the case may be telling us certain things. And we're just not going to treat our customers the way that some folks want us to treat our customers. We're going to treat them with respect. We're going to do the right thing. And even if a manufacturer doesn't want to take care of the customer, at the end of the day, we'll do what it takes to try to take care of that customer regardless of what we have going on. So, and then again, that kind of loops back into that first part of we create solutions to make life better for others. And that's not just for our customers, it's for our fellow employees. We try to take really good care of our people the entire time.
All right.
So
it's impressive to see it on the wall.
yeah, it's in every one of our stores. You should be able to see it. You could walk into our Eastland store or Clyde store,
Right.
my store. You're going to see that posted in break rooms, in meeting rooms. If you were to walk back into the shop, you'll see a smaller magnet that's on every one of the technicians' toolboxes. It is very much so something that we're willing to live and die by in our business.
Sounds
So,
good.
we're not always perfect, but we try to do every decision within those three things, and generally speaking, things work out for us for doing it that way.
Always working on it.
Yep, always working on it.
Thanks, Devin, right there.
Thank
Blake
you,
Full
sir.
and Wider Ford.